Hello and welcome back. 2 years ago I created a video about distributing poems via Docker images. And it's still working, so I can just pull that image. And if it's here, I can just check the history. And here we are. It is time. The summer was great. But the way how we created this image, it's shared in this video, but mainly I just extracted the container, which is just a bunch of descriptors and other content. I replaced the descriptor JSON with one which included all of these layers because these are just metadata. But it's not very easy, so it's 2024. We definitely need some easier way to distribute poems to keep Docker as one of the best, if not the best, way to distribute poems, which are very essential part of our life. So how can we do it better? So one way to do it is just creating some custom syntax for Dockerfile. So if I check this repository, you can see that the only thing what I need is creating a file. You can call it poem or whatever you need. And the very important part is this first line, which is the extension. And if you use Docker buildx, then this syntax will be used. And actually this syntax is nothing more, just a poem itself. So I already created one with slightly longer. It's not Pelinsky, but Attila József. And I need the poem file. And it's building. So I can track the history of the image. And it's there. So how does it work? So the good thing in BuildKit, what we already checked in the previous video, that the syntax can be replaced with any kind of plugin. And there are multiple existing syntax. So if you check the BuildKit repository, it mentions a few different syntax here. So it's not only the Dockerfile is the most known, but even with Dockerfile, it's good that it can be replaced because you can just switch to the latest Dockerfile without updating the BuildKit daemon. And there are a few others and you can use other syntaxes. So it's nothing more, just a new syntax. And actually creating a new syntax is quite easy. So the only thing what we have here is one file. So most of the extension use this grpcc client, which is just a helper method from the BuildKit itself. And it's very smart because it's a gRPC client which, instead of the network, uses standard input and standard output. Standard output is used to send out a request, and standard input is used to receive the response. And the BuildKit can just do the magic. And the only thing what I need to implement is this kind of function where I have a client which gives me unlimited power with BuildKit, so I can just request to do new stuff. And after that, then I need to return the client result. And most of the people use this client to create the image. So the syntax should be transformed or translated to so-called LLB, which is the internal representation of the Docker image. And but what I do actually is not doing very big magic with LLB, because I'm just using the same layers, but the end, in the result, I'm just adding all the metadata before I return. So even if I don't use LLB, probably it's worth to just mention it. So if I do this one, this is a debug sub command, which will print out the generated LLB itself. So it's in protobuf format. So this is the LLB. But if I use this build control debug dump LLB, it will print out in JSON format, but I can also format. So this is the LLB itself. These are the comments which should be sent to the build kit to do the actual stuff. And here it's nothing more, just saying that, oh, this is my base image, this is what I would like to use, and based on this one, I can create a layer where I don't have any other operation, but low-level operation can be added to here. So usually for a smarter language, there are multiple operations, multiple layers, and so on. But as I mentioned, I didn't do anything else, just modify the metadata. So finally, it's very easy. We can just create a file and distribute our poems as a Docker container history. Nails asleep under frozen sand, nights soaked in poster loneliness. You left the light on in the corridor. Today my blood is shed.